Hello. How are you guys doing? Happy Halloween. Well, I guess for you it's November 1st. So Halloween is over, done with. We're ready for Thanksgiving and Christmas now, right? I was just in the shower and getting ready, and I was thinking to myself, tomorrow I'm gonna go and get a new gym membership and start the body stuff tomorrow. I mean, you have to start it sometime, right? I've been starting it tomorrow forever, so. But I did wake up today and I was 0.6 pounds less than I was yesterday, and I ate all that cheesecake from yesterday because I did my cheesecake review. So, like Tanya and I were talking about this last night at dinner. When I go out to eat now, like I don't eat my entire meal. Like I try to eat like half of it and save the other half, and often like I just don't even bring the other half home, which is probably kind of a waste of food, but some restaurants, if you ask for smaller portions, they'll give them to you, but a lot of restaurants won't do that. So, how has my Halloween been, you might ask? It's been good. It's been a lazy Halloween today. I got up and just kind of let the dogs out, screwed around the house, did my meditations, and I am so stuck in traffic right now. Oh my gosh. And I'm supposed to be at my in-laws here. I could have made it if there was no traffic, but it's not gonna happen now. So anyway, well, I think they're gonna trick-or-treat for like 2 hours, just like around the little neighborhood. So, what was I gonna say? Oh, I got up, did my prayers, my meditations, my affirmations, took the dogs outside. It's been kind of rainy today, like not pouring down rain, but it's just been like drizzling a little bit here and there, and cloudy. This is kind of how I remember Halloween being when I was growing up. And so anyway, then I went and got a coffee. I actually just transferred it over to this mug. See, can you see? There's the coffee. I just put it into this mug. I think that you can take these in there and they'll fill them for you, but I always forget when I'm leaving the house. But that would be good for recycling, so I need to start doing that. And then I ran a couple errands, and then I came home and I put on Halloween. Shoot, I can never remember the name of it. I actually even, because I knew I was going to mention it on here, I turned the TV back on and looked it up back up again to see what it was called. The Return of Michael Myers, maybe? I don't know. It's the 6th one. It's before H2O. I've watched H2O so many times this week, I was like, I don't need to watch that again. So it was the one before H2O, where the baby's born, and the guy's like on the radio show, you know what I'm talking about, like that one. I like that one a lot. I like them all for different reasons. I just don't love Halloween 3, it's not my favorite. And Halloween 1, I love, but I've seen so many times now. I had it on earlier today, like while I was just like doing some stuff around the house. I have watched it so many times now, I can't even tell you how many times I've watched the original Halloween. I wish I had you all alone. Do you see the trees over there, how pretty they are? Look, my dirty window, how pretty they are. I wish I had you all alone, just the two of us. Anyway, yeah, so it was just kind of a lazy day. It was fun, and I didn't really do a whole lot, and there was something else I was gonna say. I can't remember what it was now. It obviously doesn't matter if I can't remember what it was. Oh, I posted my vlog from yesterday. I got that up. And then I also posted my Peterisms video from yesterday, which I had forgotten to post yesterday. And then tomorrow, I have a bunch of stuff I have to do tomorrow, and I didn't realize that I'm getting my hair cut in the morning. I'm supposed to meet a friend for coffee. And I'm like, okay, so that puts me home at like 3 or 4, or 5 maybe even, depending on if I have like errands I have to do after that. And this one leaf up here is driving me crazy. There's like, can you see it? Can you see that? I don't know why it's driving me crazy, but I'm catching it out of the corner of my eye. But I have probably, you know, some errands I have to do tomorrow when I get up and stuff, so, or when I get done with coffee. So, my plan was to post videos tomorrow on all of my channels, but I don't know that that's going to happen, so it might be Friday that I start doing that. We'll see. I'm ready though to get back to doing that. Well, my chapstick, that sugar chapstick lip balm is gone. I used it way down, right into the metal. I have that Pat McGrath lip balm. I was gonna bring it into the car. But it's such a nice lip balm that I don't know that I want it to well, it's not gonna melt out here. It's 56 degrees today, so it's cooler than it was even last night during the day. But I think I can just use these chapsticks right here. I'm probably gonna go to Sephora sometime in the next week and buy a couple lip balms. I need to do that. Oh, Lord. I hate traffic. Do you guys hate traffic? There's been construction in this one area here. So if you're in Indianapolis, I'm like stuck in traffic on Keystone before you get to 96th Street going north. And there's been construction here for probably 6 months or so. And I never when I'm coming through here do I ever see anybody working on construction. Like I never see construction crews or anything. They put the cement like walls up. And then this is what's really weird about all of this is that it's still 3 lanes and it's gridlock traffic all the way like up till you hit this light. And then after the light, I think part of it is because the light is so short that you can only get like 5 or 6 cars through, and then you like that's it. So I used to get frustrated a lot about like sitting in traffic and stuff. And I ended up reading, you know what, I always thought, okay, so I ended up reading that Buddhist monk Thich Nhat Hanh, this is like years ago, I read this, his book, and I used to think it was Peace in Every Step, and I actually found the book in my basement recently because it's like a gray book, it's small, but it's like all of these like meditations for staying present, and one of them talks about like driving in a car, and it's like, are you in a car? Like, what are you doing in this moment? Well, in this moment, I'm like driving to my in-laws. No, in this moment, what are you doing? In this moment, what are you doing? Well, in this moment, I'm, you know, talking, or in this moment, I'm singing to a song, or in this moment, I'm, you know, sitting here thinking about whatever. And it's really about this act of staying, you know, patient. And I think he even talks in there about like, or act of staying present. And he even talks in there, I think, about like hearing cars honking as like meditation bells, and that we can turn anything around us into like positive influences of, you know, meditations and things like that, which I thought was really kind of an interesting outlook to take, you know, to look at from being in a car's point of view, if that makes sense. Jimmy John's now has whole wheat bread, 8-grain wheat for their sub sandwiches. I always get, when I go to Jimmy John's, I always get the wheat bread anyway. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? So like the sub is like this, but the wheat is like this, and I like the wheat bread better. They have like some of the best wheat bread I've ever had in my entire life. It's really thick. It's like that thick. I used to go there all the time. When I wasn't a vegetarian, I always got the Beach Club, which has like avocado on it, and it's like a turkey club sandwich, but it has like avocado and sprouts on it. And now I get the veggie. I think it's called just the veggie from there. And it's pretty good, but like sometimes like when you go places over and over and over again, like Subway was like this for me. I have a hard time going to Subway anymore. Even just the smell of going into Subway sometimes is like gag-a-maggot. Like I almost can't handle it because it's just like that processed smell, you know? And like Jimmy John's is very much like that for me. This is what I'm talking about right here with this traffic, okay? It's like they could probably get 15 cars through, but it never happens. But anyway, I just don't love like Jimmy John's and Subway as much as I used to. And there really aren't a lot of places unless you drive around here in town. There's a place called Shapiro's that my mom and I used to go all the time to get sandwiches. It's like a real deli. And then like McAllister's is okay. I don't love it. You know, there's just not that many places to go and actually get a real deli sandwich. There used to be this place, that I would go to, and it was this little small house. Like, I can't even remember what it was called now. But it was really cool, and they had like the best, I love coleslaw, and they had like the best coleslaw in the entire world. I don't like coleslaw that is real, like, liquidy. I like coleslaw that's kind of like firm and compact. I'm the same way with cottage cheese, and it has to be small. Like, I can't have like the big, like, what do you call it, curds. I don't like that. I can't remember what that place was called. It was so cute. It closed down now. It's a pizza place. But you could go in there, and they had the greatest sandwiches, and they made them there, and they had iced tea, and they would have like cans of pop, you know, and or soda. But anyway, the name of it was something like, oh shoot, it was like a book or a piece of art or something like that. I don't know why I can't remember that. Movable Feast, that's what it was called. A Movable Feast, and which is a Hemingway book. And it was such a great little restaurant. They had the best sandwiches. We used to go there. My supervisor back in the day actually took me there and introduced me to that place. And you get a sandwich, and you could get like coleslaw and a bag of chips and a pop, and it would be like literally like $6. I mean, it was like a deli, you know? There's this place over kind of by where we live, and it's called, it's in Nora, if you're in Indianapolis, and it's called Bagel Fair. I think it's still there. I haven't been there in forever. And it's just a locally owned little bagel shop in a strip mall. And the woman that owns it, it's like this old woman, she just sits behind on this chair, and her like sons that are probably older than me, like they run it. And she just sits in there, and you can go in there and get a bagel for real cheap. They have like the best bagels in the world, right? And they put tons of cream cheese on it, they cut a slab of cream cheese off and put it on there, and it's super cheap. You go in there on a Sunday or a Saturday, it's like literally they're out of bagels because so many people come there. It's packed. I've never been in there when there aren't like 5 or 6 other people, and it's like a really small little area when you walk in. I wish I had you all alone, just the 2 of us. Anyway. Somebody on a YouTube channel today did a mukbang of a pizza, and they like tweeted it to me, and the girl dressed up as me, and her boyfriend dressed up as Trisha Paytas. It was so cute, and if I find it, I'll link it below. I can't remember what their name was called on their YouTube channel. I just, like, I was like, that stuff just, like, means so much to me, you know? She had, like, a hat on, and it said Icon, and she had, like, a beard and a black t-shirt like I do, and she even had, like, I think she had a fan, and she even had chapstick, and she, like, said my whole intro. It was real cute. Doesn't seem like Halloween tonight. It feels like I've been building up to this for so long. Here's my expectation thing, right? That it kind of didn't feel like Halloween. Oh, I also watched today, while I was getting ready, I watched, shoot, I'll be Waiting for You, which is that movie about this girl. It's so bad. I don't know why I loved this movie so much back in the day, but it's Sarah Chalke, and she's kind of a bitch in the movie, honestly. Like, I had kind of forgotten that she was a bitch. And she moves to this town in Salem, Massachusetts, I think, from California. And, like, I don't know why this had never occurred to me before, but isn't that the exact same storyline as Hocus Pocus? Like, exactly. So anyway, but like a made-for-TV version of it. I think it was originally on Lifetime, and it's the woman that plays her mom is the mom from, oh damn it, what's that TV show? I can't think. Not Family Ties. It's newer than that. I can't think. Oh shoot, I think it's the mom from the TV show where they had the 3 brothers, and then the guy that stood behind the fence and you could never see it. Tim Allen was in it. Why can't I think of what that show's called? It was stupid too. I hated all those shows when I was growing up. All those, my mother loved all of those shows. Anything that would make my mom laugh. She loved funny stuff. I didn't think that stuff was funny. My nose is driving me crazy. what was that show? I think it was the mom in that. I might be wrong though. But anyway, the mom's in there and she's like, I mean, these are some of the lines, right? She's like, I'll make you a deal. She's like, they like move into this new house. It's very witchy poo, of course. And because of course all these Salem witches live there or something. She's probably, I think she's a descendant from them, or I don't know. I can't remember the storyline. I didn't get that far into the movie. I only got about 20 minutes in when the popular girls at school are being bitches to her. Oh, Kel Sapri. And so anyway, her mom's like, I'll make you a deal. You start cleaning up the house. Because of course, every time somebody moves into a house, it's like dusty and they've got like old people furniture and everywhere. Like that never happens. Let's just be for real, right? But I would kind of love it if it did. Because I've read it in so many books, you know, and seen it in so many movies. But her mom's like, I'll make you a deal. She's like, I'll go on a fast food run if you start cleaning up some stuff. And she's like, no, don't leave me here in this scary house. Like, she's joking, right? And so her mom's like, okay. She was like, but she's like, our burger's good enough for you. And she's like, as long as I can have a veggie burger. Because of course, you know, she's like, I think even in Massachusetts, I can find a veggie burger. I'm like, really? Can you tell me where you can find a veggie burger at a fast food restaurant, even in Massachusetts? Because if you can find one in Salem, Massachusetts at a fast food restaurant, I want to know why in Indiana they only have 2 shitty ones. Do you ever look for the discrepancies when you watch like movies and things like that? Why do I do that? That's actually one of the things that I loved so much about Halloween, was all the things that were wrong with it. And if you go in, there are videos on YouTube that will actually show you like all the discrepancies in, like, okay, so like a big part of it is, it was supposed to be in Haddonfield, Illinois, but it was filmed in Pasadena, California, right? So in the original movie Halloween, you can see that there are like palm trees in the distance, and there are also mountains. There are no mountains in Illinois. I don't know if you've never been to Illinois, but there are no mountains, okay? And what else? Oh, this one part, like when they're walking down the street, or she's walking down the street after she's left off Annie and PJ Souls, Linda. I love PJ Souls, totally. When she walks away, you can see like the guys holding like the equipment on top of another house, like as they walk by. You can see them like in the movie. Like I have never realized that before. My nose is absolutely driving me crazy. My allergies are nuts today. Anyway, I swear to God, I sneezed all last night. Thank you for those of you that said bless you and Gesundheit, because people commented on that in the vlog. Yeah, but it was, it's hilarious. You should go in there. There's like so many mistakes in there, and people have gone in and like counted all of them. My friend Jenny back in the day, we went through, we counted how many times Linda says totally in the movie, because she says it, I think, something ridiculous, like 29 times or 19 times or something like that. And then we went in and we tried to find all the mistakes, but I didn't have any clue half the mistakes that were in the movie, because it was amateur made, right? It wasn't like this huge, it had like a low budget. It wasn't like, I mean, it wasn't amateur, but it was low budget, so they didn't have this huge budget, right? So you see a lot of the mistakes that are in the movie, but I think that's what makes it so perfect too, you know what I mean? I've been watching The House on Haunted Hill, The Haunting of Hill House, which is so fantastic, and the whole storyline behind it, not just the paranormal stuff is actually really well done, but the storyline behind the paranormal stuff is really good. The family dynamics are just fantastic in it. I can't wait to do my review and finish it. But so many people have told me, like on the vlog when I've talked about it, and on my review channel, because I mentioned on there that I was going to review it, they've said, once you've finished it, go like read or go watch the videos about the Easter eggs in the show. And so what Easter eggs are like hidden clues that are like right out in somebody said you'll be surprised how many of you actually missed. So those are like, I guess Easter eggs are like, I'm thinking more of like, what's the book that I read by Ernest Cline, Ready Player One, it was in the movie, where they're like hidden symbols within a show or a movie or a book or a video game. So there must be, because somebody said they're right out in the open and you don't even notice them half the time. And I'm like, okay, I want to know what they are, you know? Some of it, to be honest with you, is like it's taken me a day to process. Like, I'm not gonna say anything about this, but when you get to the point where you understand the bent neck lady, like, it even kind of like, I was like, it took me like a day to really like kind of process it. And I was like, like, it's almost kind of like about time warp and, you know, different, it's not, but it's almost kind of like that, like two different parallel universes like colliding. And I want to know if anybody else that's watched it out there has gotten that. By the way, and I never said this on this video, but I'm going to say it now. For people that guessed, for people that, when I was talking about Bad Times at the L, whatever that show was called, that we went and saw that movie, and I said, so there's like a film that they find in it, and they say it's about like somebody famous that's also dead. I thought it was John F. Kennedy and maybe Marilyn Monroe. And so many people, because, well, if you see the movie, they like film people like having sex in these rooms. That's what I thought it was. A lot of people guessed Martin Luther King too, and I was like, oh my God, I would never have guessed that. Like, that really surprised me. I mean, I thought they were I thought they were insinuating it was like JFK. I think there's a couple different, because they also talk about the FBI in there. There were a couple things that they said that alleged it was like right after the JFK assassination. So I think that's why for me, like, cause they talked about Hoover in there. And they talked about a couple other things that I thought, well, the timing of it is so interesting how it plays out. But I could be completely wrong. That movie, you want to talk about having some hidden symbols in there, that movie really did. And only later in watching other people's reviews did I even catch a lot of it. I just don't catch a lot of that stuff in movies, you know? I think now, because I'm watching with a more critical eye, I am seeing some of that stuff, like back in the day when I took film classes, because I'm wanting to talk about some of that stuff in my reviews, but for a long I just watch a movie for enjoyment, so I don't see a lot of that stuff. So it's interesting to me when people mention that, you know? All right, listen, I'm almost at my in-laws, and look at these trees right here. Do you see this? So pretty. And it's trick-or-treating time, so I'm 5 minutes late. And I will be back a little bit later. Spooky. Everything's so spooky. Okay, bye. So we're walking down the street, trick-or-treating. There's Alex. There's Liliana. Hi.
Hi. I think it's okay.
Very spooky, very spooky. And there's Carlos up there with Sebastian. Who is Sebastian? He's the Geico?
Gecko, yeah.
He's a gecko, or he is the gecko guy from the insurance company?
The gecko is a PJ Mask.
Look at your beautiful lipstick. do a little runway walking for a model. She falls. There are like fire trucks and police trucks. Can you see over here? Let me show you. It's very much like, I guess maybe they're handing out candy, but do you see that? It feels like the movie Halloween a little bit. I started getting a little spooked out. I was like, did something happen in one of these houses? Look at it, see? Do you see it coming? It's like a scary horror movie. They're probably gonna pass out candy though. We've been walking now for, he's trying to bite me because he's a shark. We've been walking now, Jaws, for about, wait, how long have we been walking now for? You're so silly. Sebastian, did you get more candy? Yeah. Can you say trick or treat? You say trick or treat? Trick or treat. My sister-in-law is now just pulling the wagon. Just pulling it along. How much candy have you gotten?
Just a few. A few.
You had a lollipop.
Lollipop, and I have a ring pop.
And a ring pop.
Sebastian,
okay,
time to walk.
Time to trick or treat some more. She's just wheeling him up the driveway because he doesn't want to get out of the wagon. Okay, I'm walking back to my brother-in-law's house because we have to go to Melissa and Jason's for dinner, but I wanted to show you how much people decorate in Indiana. So this is, they decorated their house like the It house. Look at this, it's so cool. It's got the guy from It with the balloon, and then they have Halloween tree and all of that stuff. Isn't that so cool? Oh. More Halloween tree stuff. Very spooky. We've literally walked like 2 miles. I think I got my exercise in for today. Alex is gonna go around and finish the loop with Liliana. Carlos went back with Carlitos. And I'm going back to talk, because I haven't seen Alex's mom yet, because I just jumped out of the car and started going trick-or-treating. So I'm gonna talk to her for a couple minutes and then head over to Melissa and Jason's. Our neighborhood is so depressing when it comes to trick-or-treaters because nobody trick-or-treats. I'm literally walking down the middle of the street and there are like, we've passed like hundreds of kids in this neighborhood, which is like all families. It's very nice. All kinds of adults walking out here. A lot of the adults, the parents are dressed up too, which I think is cool. So anyway, the fire truck guy keeps on driving around giving candy out and checking on people. So more decorations over here. It just feels very Halloweenish over here, but at the same time it makes me miss going to my cousin's house for chili dinner. We passed this one house and there's always people sitting inside eating, and it reminds me a lot of that. A lot of the neighbors seem to like know each other and stuff. So, all right, well, I'm gonna head back and I will vlog a little bit later too. Look who I ran into. Look who I ran into on the way home. My brother-in-law. I'm gonna take the mask off. Take it off now.
No.
Can I just tell you, this is a much longer walk than I remember it. The trees are pretty though. This is like, I said 2 miles. I bet it was easily 3 miles. And Carlitos and Carlos are still trick-or-treating with a bunch of, like a big group of like dads and kids. And I can see my brother-in-law's house all the way down the road, but I still have like a long way to go. This is me getting ready. Get ready for my, if I did like walking vlogs, what do you guys think? This is me like getting ready for my working out. I'm speed walking right now. This is really like speed walking, isn't it? Oh, okay. Somebody's having a party over there. I can hear it. I'm almost home. I'm almost. Then I gotta talk to my mother-in-law for a little bit. So, all right, guys. On the way over to Melissa and Jason's. Whew, I'll probably vlog. If not, I'll be back later tonight. Bye. Okay, you are never gonna believe this. First of all, this is the world's largest RV. I have no idea how. I am not even back yet. My husband beat me back to the house. How did he do it? He's standing out here talking to my mother-in-law. I'm like, oh my God. They were like, you could just go around the corner. I was like, no, I don't think it goes that way. How did you beat me back? Oh, was there a quicker way? I feel like I've been walking forever. Clearly. Clearly. There's my beautiful mother-in-law that's
Happy Halloween!
Happy Halloween. Look at you, all dressed up. Aw, you look so cute. Oh, it's like rubbery.
Are you having fun?
I am having lots of fun. Are you having fun? Did you pass out lots of candy?
Yes, hello,
Yeah.
knock, knock, knock.
Well, how did you get back here so quick?
There was a turn, and then I cut through a,
I mean, I think I walked like 2 or 3 miles.
Oh, good.
All right, I'm gonna get off. I'll be back later. Okay, I am on my way over to Melissa and Jason's. We're supposed to be there at 7:15 to 7:30. It's 7:04 right now, so I will make it there in perfect time. I'm so hungry. Melissa made chili, cornbread, I think cookies, pie. She's got all kinds of stuff. So, I'm really excited. And, yeah, and I'm starving right now. That was fun. It was interesting, like, hearing the parents, because, like, these parents were like, make sure you say thank you. Make sure you say thank you. Say thank you. Like, they were, like, so, like, I was like, okay, this is trick-or-treating. Like, I understand they're supposed to say thank you, and we're say thank you. Say thank you. This one mother was, like, walking with us for a while, and, she had like 3 daughters, and she would like each one of them, she'd say thank you, say thank you. And we had this one house, and the woman that was there, she was like, they said thank you, like before she'd even said anything, and she goes, well, they're hearing something. I was like, okay, this is a little too much for Halloween. fun. This was like Sebastian's first year that he really understood it. And I thought he was going to be kind of upset because Carlitos like went off with a bunch of kids his age that he's friends with in the neighborhood. And Carlos walked with us for a while, and then he like caught up with Carlitos and walked with him because they were with like a bunch of dads. And but I thought Sebastian would be like sad that he wasn't with Carlitos, but he wasn't. He was having so much fun with us, and Liliana was just like dragging the little, what is going on with this coat? The little, what do you call it thing? The wagon, which was such a great idea. I would never think about that. She like was dragging the wagon like, you know, up into like people's like front porches, and then a lot of people were sitting outside, like in their driveways, handing out candy. A lot of groups of people, like they'd be sitting out there and people just like reached in and like gave like handfuls of candy well, at least to Sebastian. He had so much candy. I don't even remember getting that much candy when I was a kid. And they kept on because it was too heavy for him to carry. They had brought like a big plastic bag for him to empty it in there. I think Play-Doh is kind of a fun thing was that on the vlog? Somebody gave him Play-Doh. I thought that was kind of a fun Halloween thing. I mean, kids want candy, obviously, but Play-Doh's kind of fun, you know? Not a toothbrush. You don't want to do a toothbrush. That was fun. Maybe tomorrow I'll do a after Halloween rant on what I witnessed trick-or-treating with my, this little curl right here is like cracking me up. I don't know why it's like curling up like that all of a sudden. I'm getting my hair cut tomorrow, so I'm sure she'll cut that out, but cut it out. I feel like there are neighborhoods that just pop up all over the place. Like that neighborhood is new and it's really cute. It's like that new style of house that I really like. I don't even know how to explain it. It kind of looks like a Cape Cod, but it has like big beams and big porches. Do you know what I'm talking about? I've even seen them like in housing additions in Florida. They look very kind of like East Coast, maybe what you'd imagine like Delaware to look like, a little bit something like that. But I feel like we see like neighborhoods go up here left and right that are like that. They're cute though, they're really cute. If we were gonna get a house, I'd like do a little house like that. I used to not love neighborhoods where like every house looks the same. But some of these newer neighborhoods I think are really adorable. I think that's part of getting older too, you know, it's like, a lot of people just want to get a house and settle down, you know, and whatever. It's like, I think it's all about nesting and stuff too, you know. There were people that were like walking and they were like, oh, do you want to go say hi to so-and-so, like at this house? They like, the kids would know them, and it reminded me of my cousin's neighborhood. Like my cousin's friends with all of her neighbors in her neighborhood. And that's why she used to do like the chili dinner every year. And she would like, everybody from the neighborhood, the kids would be running in and out trick-or-treating, and the parents would all be there and just have a big chili dinner. It was so much fun. I know it's a lot of work. I wish she would still do it though. It is so much fun. And I think most of the kids are like kind of like grown up now and don't really trick-or-treat as much, and that's probably partly why she doesn't do it. She put something on Facebook though about, I rarely ever get on Facebook, and I saw that she had put something on Facebook about being kind of a little sad this Halloween or something, so I commented on it. And then I texted her, and Halloween was a big holiday for our family, you know? I mean, long before Caroline ever did the chili dinner, my mom always did it, and we always got together. Like, I mean, even growing up, it's like our families always got together on Halloween. Like, my aunt and uncle and Caroline, like, until she was like, I think in junior high, and she started going trick-or-treating like with her own friends, like they always came to our house, and Caroline would bring like a friend or two, and they would go trick-or-treating like, you know, in our neighborhood or whatever. And then like, cause we had the chili dinner and stuff, my mom would always have it, and we had the haunted house in the garage that we did for years and years. And then I don't don't know how they did it, like in junior high when Caroline would have been that age, trick or treat with her friends. There were some, I was kind of surprised, there were some old kids that were like, I mean, let's say pushing 14 to 16. I don't hate it for it, getting some free candy, you know? But there were some older kids. But here's my thing, if you're gonna go trick or treating, wear a damn costume, okay? Don't just be going trick or treating to people's doors in what you wore to school. Like, I think that's cheating. I don't like that. But anyway, I don't know what they would have done then. I mean, maybe they came to our house later. I remember like the chili dinner thing with my mom's house when I was growing up, like went late. It went like 10 or 11. And then I remember, I just talked about this the other night on here, that like at the end of the night, like when everybody would leave and, you know, I would sit on, so we had this porch in our house. It's kind of hard to explain because it's not like really like a screened-in porch or anything like that. It was just a room that like when you walked in, it had French doors that you opened and walked down into, and it had like this green carpeting, and then the whole room was white brick. It was like exposed brick, and 3 whole walls were all floor-to-ceiling windows, and so you felt like you were in a porch. We called it the porch. People call it sunroom, whatever. But and that's where we watched a lot of TV. Like that was kind of like where we like hung out and stuff when I was growing up. And I remember sitting there, you know, like in my pajamas and going through my candy, and I would sort it out, you know, Snicker bars and. I said this the other day, I don't know how I remember this, that Three Musketeers were my favorites. Oh my God, my dad texted me tonight. It was so funny. I'll tell you guys about that in just a second. What he texted me. My dad must have been behind a lot of my costumes when I was a little kid, because it was funny what he texted me. And my dad, like, we both have like really great memories about stuff. And I had totally, how many times have I talked in this vlog about my costumes when I was growing up? And I totally forgot what two of my costumes that I was when I was a little kid, but as soon as he said it, I could see the pictures in my head. One year he made me a hobo costume, and I had like these big pants and these big pants and suspenders, and he had stuffed it with like this stuff. Anyway, my mom's favorite candy bar was Three Musketeers, and I'd always give those to her because I didn't really care for those. But anyway, my dad texted me tonight when I was on my way, right when I got to my brother-in-law's house, and he was like, "Are you dressing up? Is your costume tonight?" He said, "Are you a waiter or are you W.C. Fields?" Or no, "Are you W.C. Fields or are you a waiter?" Or something like that. And we were texting back and forth, and he's like, "Do you remember those costumes?" And I was like, I did. Like as soon as he said it, I remember the waiter. I think I was a little bit older, like 10 or 11 when I wore that maybe. But he made me like an entire waiter's costume. I mean, today, I know people would be like, that is so inappropriate, but whatever. So he made me this whole waiter's outfit with this, like, you know, like, what do you call it, like an apron, a white apron, and like I wore like a shirt and tie, and then I had like a tray that I carried, and on it was like a martini, like a plastic martini glass or something, like a wine glass, and he had it like glued to the tray, so I carried the tray places. Isn't that, they had like a little strap underneath it and stuff. He made the whole thing for me, and I had like a little mustache, you know, like, anyway, I was like, you know, one of those, like a little like French waiter or something. And then one year he made me W.C. Fields. How I would even know who that was. This is where I think my dad, I must have been really young for that one, because I remember I had like a plastic cigar, because I later, like years later, would always have that plastic cigar, like when we would, you know, have like toys in the room, whatever, that plastic cigar was always there. And I remember pictures of it, but I don't really have any idea how old I would have been. I love that my dad remembers that stuff. He used to get so into Halloween. He loved it. I don't think they get any trick-or-treaters where they live. I'm almost positive they don't. We don't in our neighborhood. None. I mean, we haven't been there tonight, but I was kind of surprised how many, like, in my in-laws' neighborhood, like, everybody there was like passing out candy. Like, there was like maybe one house out of, I don't know how many we went to, 30 plus houses. God, probably more than that. And we trick-or-treated for 2 hours, it seems like. Almost 2 hours, yeah. Hour and 40 minutes. almost every house, with the exception, I can only think of like one right now, didn't have, like, when we went to the door, they didn't answer the door. But other than that, everybody was handing out candy, which I thought was really nice. I have no idea how long I've vlogged today. Oh my God, I'm so hungry. Melissa's chili is the best, and she makes 3 different crock pots of chili. She makes like her regular chili, and then she makes mine, which is vegetarian chili, which is so sweet of her. And then she makes another one for Aaron, because Aaron doesn't like beans in her chili. So she makes 3 different kinds of chili, and cornbread, and all this kind of stuff. I'm so excited, oh my God, I cannot wait. And then, you know, sour cream and onions and crackers and cheese and everything, so you can make it like really loaded up. Do you guys like your chili like that? I probably should have brought my battery charger with me, so I could have charged my battery while I was there, so that later, when I want to vlog, when I want to vogue, when I want to vogue later, when I want to vlog later, I have a fully charged camera. I didn't even think about it. I still have like 15 minutes, and we're so close to their house, I could just run home and do that really quick. But I might want to vlog a little bit while I'm there. It's a fun Halloween so far. The end, I saw Carlitos and Carlos, and I said to Carlitos, or I said to Carlos, I said, like, because I looked inside of his little, you know, Halloween pumpkin thing that he was getting candy, and I was like, he doesn't have that much candy. You guys have been gone forever. And he pulled out of this bag. He had like this huge plastic bag filled with candy. He was like, I keep on just loading it in here so he can carry it, and it's not heavy. Last year, I don't think that we went over there to go trick-or-treating with them. I think that we just went straight to Melissa and Jason's. I don't really remember, honestly. I know my cousin didn't do Halloween last year, because she hasn't done it for a couple of years. God, she posted her pictures, her son's senior pictures on Facebook, too, and I was like, you know, like, when people used to say to you when you were little, like, oh my God, you've grown up so much since the last time I saw you. Okay, you know that. When you're the person that could say that, like, it's such a weird thing, right? I literally remember my cousin's son, who's really kind of like my nephew, you know, because I mean, she's kind of like my sister. I remember him being born. I mean, it doesn't even seem that long ago that he was born. I remember him just little, you know, and Halloween running around, and his, you know, half-brothers running around the house, and, you know, now they're, like, one's married and one lives in Oregon, and, you know, he's getting ready to graduate from high school. It just seems so weird. It's like time goes so fast. But then I look back and I'm like, no, it didn't go too fast. I mean, it just didn't, you know? I don't know. We say that because I think we think of just like big moments in life, you know, born, you know, 5th birthday, you know, trick-or-treating in junior high, and then like senior in high school. And so it seems like it went fast, but I guess it didn't, you know? I don't know. It's like I think about that with, you know, Carlitos and Sebastian, and it's, you know, Carlitos is 6, so what? 12 years, he'll be, you know, David's age, and how old will I be then? 46, 56, I'll be 58 years old, you know? Like, God, that's so weird. People that, Richard Gere just had a baby not too long ago, and I think he's like 70, you know? Alex really got into the trick-or-treating thing tonight. He wore the shark onesie. I was so happy, like, that he was, like, having so much fun with Sebastian. And we've really tried to be involved in Carlitos and Sebastian's lives, and, you know, go to all their birthday parties, all their stuff, go to a lot of Sebastian's sporting events, and or not Sebastian, he's not playing sports. Carlitos is sporting events. Well, Sebastian is taking a sports class, but it's not like runs in a circle and hops and stuff. He's a private coach that teaches him this stuff. Because Carlos is so intent on one of them being a baseball star, which cracks me up. I guess it won't crack me up if they are baseball stars, you know. They're paying for trips for Alex and I guess I won't laugh at that someday, but Carlitos is so small. I mean, Carlos and Liliana are really short, but like, he with his friends tonight, like, he's like really short compared to them. Which I think is kind of a part of why he gets picked on, and like, I don't know, I'm going to school with them for the meeting. Carlos asked me tonight, he's like, are you gonna go to the meeting with us? You had mentioned it to Liliana, and I said, I don't want to be intrusive, but if you want me to go, I'm more than willing just to be there. And he said, I would really appreciate that so that we can understand afterwards, like, because they were gonna get an interpreter, but more of what's going on. And I said, yeah, I'll be there, whatever you need. So. Anyway, I am going to get off here. I'm almost to Melissa and Jason's. It just started raining. I'm glad it kind of like didn't start until after the trick-or-treating for the kids was over, because that would have ruined it for them. Anyway, I'm almost there, so I will be there in just a little bit, and I will vlog later. Bye. I'm literally the first one here. Melissa is still cooking.
Hi,
Alex isn't here. Jason's not here. Aaron and Eric aren't here.
I don't know.
Look at this treat tray that she put out. We have cookies. I just opened a Pepsi.
You know
vegetables, chips. Do we have that cheese machine?
Have you had this before?
What is this? Here,
wait, remember I texted you
Look at your
this?
cute shirt.
Well, look, wait, on the back you can like move it.
Can I just tell you?
You know what I'm saying? Like, is it changing?
Yeah, but can I just tell you how many people I saw at Teresa Caputo that had this shirt on? And I didn't understand it. What's here? I'm here for the BOGOs. What does that mean?
No, booze.
I'm here for the booze. Oh, I guess.
Boo! Halloween. No, candy corn. Do you remember I texted you and I was like, this will change your life?
Yeah, is it really that good? Is that from Trader Joe's?
Yes, it will change your life.
Okay, well, I'm going to try some
I
later.
had one bag left and I'm like, oh, I want to eat it, but no, I'm going to do it for Peter.
The scary music. Okay, there's macaroni. Oh my God, look at the cornbread.
Cornbread.
Apple cider.
There's your 4,000 different.
Look, we got, okay. So this is chili. And then this is, which one's mine and which one's Aaron? The black one's mine. This is Aaron's. He just showed up. It's my husband. Hi, husband. And then, this is the big one.
And
oh
popcorn for whatever we want.
Oh my God, I love it.
Oh my God. Do you see she has chocolate chip cookies?
Yeah, have one.
Did you have fun? Can you kiss me?
You look so cute.
Love you.
Hi, Mama.
Bailey! Hi, Bailey! Are you having fun? Are you guys having fun? Sunny, are you having fun?
Myers scarf on.
What?
Do you see his Michael Myers scarf?
Yeah, so cute. And then she's got her Michael Myers lights lit up.
Hello.
And then here are her Michael Myers masks.
Are you taking a video?
Have you seen this, Alex?
I saw it on
It's
Instagram,
so
like, a
cool.
post that she posted.
And then there's a thanks, Melissa. What's going on, Sonny? Are you being good boy, Sonny? You are? Aww. And here she has, look, she has all of her Jamie Lee Curtis magazines. Here's a, what is this? It's like Halloween. Oh.
Michael Myers scarf.
What is this first magazine?
That's Mondo. It's like pop art kind of. I think it's
And then Jamie Lee Curtis, Halloween, Entertainment, Good Housekeeping, the Roseanne Trick-or-Treats. Did we get trick-or-treaters?
Yes!
Oh my gosh.
Wait, you guys are adult?
Look at her Halloween tree.
Oh, you have to go.
No, you can come, the dogs. No,
Oh,
you can come. Hi guys! How are you? Are you having fun?
Aww. What is that? Did you see what I tagged you in?
I think a little bit, yeah.
That's cute, let's see.
So here's some candy. And here's some Halloween toys. Mom, do you want
This is like
candy?
Halloween.
Okay. What kind do you like? Yeah, take whatever you want. You don't need a lot of kids, so it's sort of like a free-for-all. Yeah, take whatever you want. No, I know, I love gummy bears.
Thank you so much.
You want another piece, hon? Yes. take a big handful. Because we don't get that, we don't get that many cooks, so. There we go. Thanks, guys. Happy Halloween. Bye. So cute. Oh my God, did you put that on?
You're supposed to be scared.
Ooh, I'm scared. Oh my gosh.
So, I have to just show something really quick. Melissa has, can you show the Christmas house really quick?
Yeah, but it's like, oh wait, that room is so messy.
I just want to show the house.
Okay, but I've been remodeling, so,
Okay.
and then like my cats were like hiding.
So, Melissa has the Christmas house.
Well,
That was actually, oh, look at the, oh, Halloween kitty.
Say hi.
Hi, sweetheart.
That's Hallie.
Hi, Hallie.
She's a Halloween kitty because
she's got her Halloween bandana. Oh my God, I got, oh!
And, wait, what? Oh,
Ah!
it's not working now.
Oh my God, is this truly like a life-size Michael
Yes.
Myers in your house?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Do you hear my phone keeps ringing? I don't know what's happening.
This is Melissa is gathering all this stuff for homeless people. This is
Yeah, so I need
part of what
300
Melissa does.
of everything.
She has
Dina
300.
gives me
She's got 300
socks.
toothbrushes, 300 toothpaste, 300 pairs of socks.
I'm working on other things.
Look who it is! Oh! She's got her Halloween. There's Eric. Hey!
Hi, guys.
Come here and say hi.
Is it just the two of you?
I brought a friend with me. Aaron, come here. I brought a friend with me. Say hi.
He doesn't have his plug.
Oh my God, I love it!
That is awesome.
It really did. I saw it from the corner. I was kind of like,
I
oh
mean,
my God.
seriously, the eyeball. It's like, is it some? If you don't like look at the arm first, is there somebody in there? Pretty cool.
Did you see this, Alex?
Plug him in. Does he do something?
What's that?
Yeah, but Aaron
Is
said,
that
or
Shark
Melissa said
Tank?
he's not working.
Oh no, he's not. Hi.
Okay, so I was gonna show I can't get out this way. I was
Whose
gonna
white
show this.
vehicle is that?
Mine.
Oh, do you guys drive separate?
Yeah, because I came from work.
So this is Melissa's Christmas house. It's the exact same Christmas house that they had in the Chevy Chase movie, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. And the guy that made that for her, he only makes so many a year.
Did you get the front of it?
Okay, so yeah, what's the deal? Like, he only makes so many a year, and he'll make it of your house, or he'll make anything, right?
Yeah, it's really Christmas Abbott House from.
National Lampoon's Christmas
Yes.
Vacation. But he made the original in the movie.
No, he just made a replica.
He made a replica, okay.
But I waited I was on the waiting list for 6 years.
6 years.
Because they only make 50 or 30 a year.
So he contacted her, he's gonna make a Halloween one for her.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be the first on the list.
And she's gonna be the first on the
I'm
list.
consulting
It's so
for it.
cool. She was showing me 2 of them. Have you ever thought about getting like the Myers house? Having that be the house that you get?
That would be amazing. We actually talked about that, but I think it could be copyrighted.
Well, who would know if he just did it for you?
I don't know. My house,
Anyway.
this room is a mess. Like,
Okay, so everybody's here, so I'm gonna get off here now. What are these? 300 of these. What are these? Oh, socks. More
Adidas
socks.
sent us 300 pairs of
Adidas
socks.
sent you 300 pairs of socks.
So
Look
thank
at
you,
that.
Adidas.
Look what Aaron brought me. Okay. What's your t-shirt say? It's just a bunch of hocus
Hocus pocus.
Did Maddie not want to come tonight?
She's handing out candy.
She's
She
handing
really
out
wanted to hand out candy.
She is
And
getting
Levi
so
had to
old,
work.
she doesn't want to hang out with us anymore. Hello. All right, we just left Melissa and Jason's. And this is almost empty, but I do have my bottle of water over here. Oh, I brought a bottle of water with me from their house, too. I am so tired, you guys. I'm tired, I'm exhausted. So I'm gonna vlog for like another 20 minutes or so. I think that probably should be like an hour-ish, I don't know. Anyway, we had a lot of fun. I had chili. I had the most delicious cornbread in the entire world. I had 2 pieces. I had a couple chocolate chip cookies. I had some candy. I had some of that popcorn from Trader Joe's. It was all so good, and I am so full. We sat around the table in the living room and just ate and talked and stuff. It was fun. We used to call them family dinners back in the day, and but it was fun. And then we watched, because it's kind of a tradition, that we watched the Roseanne Halloweens. We watched the first episode of the first Roseanne Halloween, and then we all left. And yeah, I may just go home. It is 10:30 right now. I may go home and go to bed really early tonight, and just get a really good night's sleep. These bars along here are popping. I guess people do go out for Halloween. I guess I used to go out for Halloween. I don't anymore, but if it was on a Wednesday night, I don't. We used to always go out the weekend before Halloween. feel like the night of Halloween, if it, you know, was always kind of like a family thing to do, unless it was earlier in the night on a weekend. Like if it was on a Saturday, I'd go over to like my mom's house and then we would go out after that. But yeah, it was really fun. We had a good time, and I don't really know what else to say other than that. I kind of want to just lay in bed and watch an episode of The Haunting of Hill House and just fall asleep. Do you ever have those nights when you're just like, I'm so relaxed right now? I kind of got to the point where, like, I think it was because of all the macaroni and the chili that I felt like so full. Like I was like, do you know what I mean? Where you're almost kind of uncomfortably full. I only had a bowl of chili, like a half a bowl of chili. But I think it's because I don't eat that like big of a quantity of stuff anymore that I got full really easy or something. We were there for how long? What, 3 hours? So, I mean, I spaced out the eating over time, but it was fun. We had a fun time. We were talking about doing like a Christmas, like in between Thanksgiving and Christmas, doing like, you know, an exchange where like funny gifts for all of us. So like where we pull names out of a hat, you know what I'm talking about? What's that called? Like it's some kind of elephant. Is it white elephant? I think is what it's called. I don't know what it's called, but Erin brought it up and said that she thought that was a good idea for us to do. So anyway, yeah, it was a good time. I was like standing there as we were leaving, and I was like, it's so weird, like Halloween's over, you know? Like, I always kind of get like that at the end of holidays, you know? I kind of get a little sad at the end of all of it. I guess I wouldn't say I'm sad, I'm just kind of like, there was so much buildup, you know, and now it's over. And now it's time to get ready for Christmas and Thanksgiving. The next thing to celebrate. Yay! Melissa was actually giving me some ideas of things to review. We were gonna review all of the Haribo, I think that's how you pronounce it, like gummy candies. You can get them all at Five Below. So we were gonna get a bunch of them and review them. That was like one of the things that we were gonna do. And then, well, another one that she gave me, I don't want to say because I think it's a good idea and I want it to be a surprise for my review channel. It's raining out now. It's kind of like drizzling and nasty outside. It's not very nice evening. It turned into being kind of, it's like the perfect evening though to like stay inside and have a fire and watch a scary movie. I think, to be honest with you though, right now, if I started watching a scary movie, I think I'd be asleep in 20 minutes. I used to stay up all, like, really late on Halloween, you know, till like 2, 3, 4 o'clock. Well, I mean, I stay up late all the time anyway. But I used to stay up really late, you know, on Halloween and watch scary movies, you know, all night long. I don't know that I'll be doing that this year. I was telling this earlier tonight and then I forgot to finish the end of it, I think. I was talking about like being on that porch and like sorting out my candy and giving my mom like, you know, her favorite with the Three Musketeers. But I can remember at the end of the night, you know, like we had the haunted house and all these people would come through it and stuff like that. And then like I would stand there because we had this like mud room where we like, you know, kept our coats and boots and stuff like that. And it like went into the garage and I would stand in that doorway, you know, looking into the haunted house, and you couldn't really see into the garage because it had all this, we had, you know, mazes of crepe paper and like sheets hanging up and stuff. We used to get like those like big rolls of white paper, and then we would just like hang it for walls. And I can remember looking out there and thinking there was somebody still in the haunted house, like trying to come and get me. And I would like double bolt all the doors and like run upstairs to my bed and get in my bed and be like, you know, real cozy. And then I would listen to like The Shadow, and like, because I used to listen to those old time radio shows, and I would listen to like The Shadow Knows, or one of my favorites was actually they had, I can't remember what it's called, but I actually have the tape in the basement, and I have one of those old radios that plays cassettes on it that my mom got me. You know, like an old radio from like the 40s. I mean, it's not actually from the 40s, but it's like a, you know, they remade it, and it has a tape cassette player in it, so you can listen to all those old tapes. And there was one of them where they would do movies, and so it was like a lot of Alfred Hitchcock movies. And then the one that I used to listen to a lot was, oh shoot, Barbara Stanwyck. Why can't I think of her name? Sorry, Wrong Number. I love that so much. And I also think I have Arsenic and Old Lace. So they would play them before they came out as movies, which was very cool. Didn't snow this year on Halloween. I thought at one point that it might get cold enough that it did, but it didn't. It didn't snow. I feel like I did everything this year that I wanted to do for Halloween though, you know? And last year I did, and then last year for Christmas I tried to like read all the books, watch all the movies that I wanted to see, and I feel like I did that too. And I've really been, you know, kind of cognizant of really celebrating holidays the last 2 years. So it was a good Halloween. It was a good Halloween season, and we had a fun time. And now I'm ready to go to sleep. I think I'm actually going to turn around here, and I'm going to go back, since I'm only like 5 minutes from the house now. And I'm going to go back and put my pajamas on and get into bed and start watching an episode. I'll probably fall asleep right into it. An episode of The Haunting of Hill House, because I'm so tired. And I hope you guys had an amazing Halloween. Happy November 1st. I love you, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.